All right, so today's video, we have a Plat 3 DPS on PlayStation 5 playing Pharah. And they say, hey, longtime fan here, I have peak content for you. While I can aim and position decently and have okay game sense, I have a big problem with tilting, overconfidence, and ego. This often leads to feeding, forcing 1v1s, etc. On DPS, I main Pharah, and I'm not too shabby at all. I think, however, the more I climb, the less I was able to AFK spam rockets and farm unsuspecting players. I don't play Overwatch anymore. I play Counterwatch. The minute the enemies see me, they come out on 4 hit scans and a diva. As soon as I even get a little countered, I tilt and play worse. In this game, the BAP was more interested in teabagging me than healing his poor team. Their tank was typing Focus Pharah, and their DPS were typing You're nothing without your pocket, and report your Pharah for smurfing. Being countered and flamed has a bad effect on me and my gameplay, and it's very common. I lose control of teamwork, my hero, and basic Overwatch 2 rules, and want to know how to stay calm and collected. How to deal with counters who focus me while contributing to my team's success. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're telling me that in a lot of your games, 5 people are switching to counter you, you're already being a part of your team's success. Obviously, if they're just making you go 0-20, that's a different story, right? But when you get a whole team to switch around you, sometimes that can be a benefit to your team. It just depends. I won't have a nice Mercy to help me in every game, and don't know if I could have done it without her in this one. Overall, any tips on positioning and overall gameplay on Pharah would be greatly appreciated. Hope this makes it through, and thanks in advance. A lot to unpack here. I'll give you this bit of advice right before I even start the video. You mentioned that like all these like things like tilt you. This is gonna be easier said than done. The best thing you can do is focus on what you can control and not worry about what everybody else is doing. Early spam, well, they have a Junkrat too. That's a good start for you. Alright. Yep. A little bit of a note here. Whenever I play against really good Pharahs in Eichenwald, none of them will end up right here on the low ground. I want you to think about this sometimes, how good your spam can be effectively at a choke. You have a full choke right here. So why play like here and give yourself opportunity to get killed or force your teammates cooldowns when you can play an angle and like spam out and maybe really annoying to them, right? A lot of even, I've had good Pharahs that go over this way. Like they'll just like start to be really annoying. And with the Mercy Pocket, you have that ability to move around. But like when you have this, you shouldn't end up just like right here in front of them. That means that your movement is already kind of a little bit off there. Take angles, which means that... I'm going to explain this in a second on angles. Okay. I want to pause this very quickly, and you're doing it right now. So you always hear about angles, and I'm trying to show more examples of this on each map and why it's important. So we'll start here. You have a Roadhog, and your team are right here, which means that everybody on their team right now is going to be looking this way, okay? Everybody's going to be looking this way. But the point I'm trying to make here is that if everybody's all in the same spot, this Junkrat has seen some things, apparently. Anyway, when you take an angle, the idea behind it is that this team here will either be forced to turn to the left to look at you or focus everybody here. So that is why you take angles, is to basically create 2 different avenues they have to look. If they choose to look at you, it's a win for this team, this part of the team. If they choose to look at your team, it's a win for you here. If they all look at different people, it's a win for your whole team. That's why angles are important. That's why it's good to do that. Now, it's not always going to be perfect, right? I've run into that problem too, where I take an angle and then I get rolled. And I'm like, should I do that? And then sometimes I'm like, yeah, you know, maybe that still is the play. I just got to position a little bit better when I do it. All right, a Reaper. There you go. Nice pick. Go, good job. Good. You're doing a good job rotating around right now. So this is going to be 3 kills. Okay, I want to point out before we get into the next part of this, you said that you get tilted when people counter you. You're playing against a Junkrat Reaper. Do you expect them just to stay on Junkrat Reaper and just get rolled by you the whole time? I want you to think about this at this point. You say you play Pharah only. They switch off of heroes that are not good against Pharah, and then you're tilting yourself and getting angry that they're making swaps. If you're going to tilt yourself every single time that they make swaps off of heroes that aren't good against that hero, then you're going to play more tilted than not, right? Like, yeah, you were literally direct counters to them at that point, right? Exactly. So it's like, it's just going to happen. And the thing is that if you keep working on your mechanics and your positioning on Pharah, I can tell you this much. I play against good Pharahs. If you have the positioning and the movement on that character, you won't have to worry about any counters at a certain point. Don't get me wrong. I see Pharahs in top 500 games get shut down by really good Widows. I've also seen the opposite, where you have really good players, but the Pharah just maneuvers around building so much. What happens is the Widow will spend so much time shooting at the Pharah, but the Pharah is so good at escaping the initial shot. While that's happening, the rest of the team is focused elsewhere, and you just win team fights. So you wanted to talk about how you tilt yourself because they swap. Well, this is a part of that. Like, they're gonna swap because you're already on here. You're on a hero that's better than the heroes they're on. This spot's fine, by the way. I don't think this is a fun spot for pretty much any projectile hero. It's great. Yep. I don't even mind this. This is a wonderful spot. This is a play of the game farm right here. Yep. This is the Eichenwald spot. I think we had this on a bingo card one time. You can ult this if you want. I think it's an opportunity for ult. Ooh, nice shot. No one saw that? Okay, good job. Now, again, I want to put this into perspective. You see that Reaper against you? You don't want that Reaper to swap against you? Do you see what that Reaper can do? Nothing. The only way that Reaper's going to kill you is if you hack up. This is the point I'm making. If that Reaper swaps to go against you, that is a good play. If you get tilted by that, then you're going to tilt yourself every game. You would have soloed to that Mercy? Oh, me too. Well, I mean... By the way, I do want to point out, I do like your use of angles. I don't necessarily love the timing just yet, but at the same, actually the timing, you know what, isn't that bad. Doom's in with Mercy. That's kind of just, they're sitting back here. But again, that was a good play. You went over the top. You were a distraction. You just took a little bit extra damage. So sometimes you got to make that risk though. Health back awareness is key. Health back awareness is key. Okay. Go up in the, don't sit on the low ground. This is going to be on you. Okay. I don't mind this ultimate. Good ult. They might still win that, though. Watch for the Mercy res. That's just button mash, or... Yep. So, like, real talk, like, really solid first point. Get a couple moments of, like, where you landed on the ground too much, it felt like, where you're just in front of them. I know it's a little bit harder to stay in the air right now, but, like, spots you land at were a little bit susceptible to taking damage, but overall, not bad. See, this is on you at this point. Like, you see a BAP going over here, jumping up and down, and like, what did you think, the BAP was just going to go play hide and seek after that? Like, so the point I'm making here, I think what your number one problem is that you are so hard focused on them that they have now gone heroes to shoot you out of the air that you're not even thinking about positioning. If this BAP's here shooting at you, all you need to do is just get away to the side. All you need, oh well, honestly, you can go to the side, but it ain't going to be a good time. This way. There you go. I found an escape for you. You can back up. You can rotate around. But don't just sit there and take a duel, or not even take a duel. Ignore that the BAP is shooting at you. Okay, here's the BAP. Here's you. Let's watch this. Okay. You've now seen the BAP shooting at you. This is where you're at, okay? You're low HP. Watch your reaction here to this BAP after you just saw that. You're like, okay, BAP must have disappeared, and that's it. BAP's not going to do this again. So your first reaction to all of that was to just look away from the BAP, and now the BAP has a free kill. Yes, is BAP good against Pharah? Sure. But, like, is that because it's, like, a super hard counter? No, it's because you just didn't position yourself correctly. You see what I'm saying? And this isn't going to be for every hero, right? But a lot of heroes have fall-off damage, okay? Actually, if you just recently saw the Ashe change, Ashe's fall-off damage is further, which means you do more damage. So the point I'm making here is that when you're playing against these, like, heroes, you don't have that fall-off. You can just do massive amounts of damage from long range, and they cannot do anything to you. So there's two things that are going to happen. They're either going to, A, waste their time shooting at you the whole time because they're not doing effective damage, or B, right, they're going to eventually say, heck this, I'm not going for the Pharah, and then you can play more aggressive. Do you see what I mean? So a lot of it is playstyle adjustment. Now we have to see if you make that playstyle adjustment, and maybe you do, which you are. Like, this is actually, believe it or not bad. Because right now, like, you don't have, like, a location out. You're just spamming a doorway. You know the Reaper's here, so if you die to the Reaper, that's on you. But you get the kill. Good job. Now settle. Just settle for a second. Just wait. Okay, you did a good job, actually. Wait. Back away. Don't peek this way, though. Okay, never mind. It's working. The BAP lost you now, so. You're good. Great. Okay, dude, is this... Okay, I guess we have different perspectives on this. If I'm playing Pharah here, and I see what they're doing where they have the Mercy pocket in the BAP in our backline, I am happy about this. Because I know that there's a good chance everybody else on their team is not having a good time now. I also have another perspective you could apply to this if you want to try it. One of the main things you said is that you have like your ego sometimes can get in the way. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you to, you know, you playing with confidence is fine, but take it as a compliment that they were swapping heroes on you, right? Like, use that as like to fuel that ego. Like, wait a second, they're swapping because like we're having some good plays here. Like, this is sick. Like, I have. Well, that was an ultimate. Looks like their controller broke right there. Good luck. Good luck here. You should get these kills. You should at least get the BAP now. You're doing the right play here, by the way. Focusing on them here. This is great. This is the correct play. I would, if this is what they were doing the whole time, I would, see, I'd be the exact opposite of tilted here, I think. Listen, the only time I get tilted is when someone locks that Zarya and runs it down mid. Not tilted, but you know what I mean. I'm like, come on. I mean, truthfully, you're doing things right there of keeping their BAP and Mercy at bay. I do think that sometimes you're almost taking too aggressive of a duel. Pharah is a way more aggressive hero nowadays for close range if you want to, but I'm telling you, the amount of times that I'll go diva against a good Pharah player and then they just play 7,000 meters back and all I'm doing is just basically hoping that my teammates can survive some of the rocket spam is very high. So the point I'm making is you can make this work. Stop taking yourself out of the game because they go Bastion. They haven't even gone full counter yet. I want to point something out. We're at 7 minutes into this game and they don't even have like a Widow or heck, you could even Soldier 76, who I wouldn't say is the best, but not the worst against it, right? They still have a Reaper. They haven't even gone full counter yet. So if you're already tilting yourself because of that, again, I think you make some good plays. I think it's just your position and decisions are what probably gets you. Oh no! Now they're going the hard counters on you, chat. Okay, now I see where they're tilted. They're on Junkrat. Everybody knows Junkrat is where, whew, nothing gets me more heated than when I'm on Pharah and they got a Junkrat. They're deciding they might switch. They're back to. They swapped the Reaper to go Reaper again? What the? Why are they back on Reaper? This is supposed to be hard counters, okay? What is going on here? Yeah, so what you would do here in this situation, okay, you have option A, flying to their team. Option B, be really annoying. Play back, spam. Let me give you my perspective. If I'm playing right here, you know what would be really annoying to me? Also, I know you're not here right now, but I want to show you some perspectives. Is this how you're feeling right now? You're just like, oh man, they swapped to Cassidy at mid-range. Okay, anyway, you can be really annoying. You can spam. Like, if I'm playing here as a tank or like even a DPS, a Pharah that just kind of spams this corner is so annoying to deal with because the angle, the Pharah sees this, they can just go like this, and then they can do the same thing, right? So I just want you to kind of think about these different ways to play it, and rather than think about, oh, they swapped to a hero that can shoot me. That's it. Like, think about different ways to play around there. Different perspective. Oh, this is a res. Good luck. Good luck. Okay, you got out of there. I was expecting something there. Okay. Good hog ult. Good decision here. I don't mind this decision by you. You need a little bit of a note, and I don't talk about aim too much, and I don't know if anybody else has seen this. I think sometimes you can slightly struggle with, like, leading your shot, almost. Like, it's not that you're missing your shot, it's that you're just not leading for a couple of shots, and so something to keep note of. Also, great job there by your team. Good decision going for the BAP. I love that play. Like, basically not just sit on the cart. Hit scan, your shots go where you're shooting at. Projectile, and every hero has different projectile times. You have to lead your shot. We've seen you do it a couple times where you don't lead your shot right away, and you try to just hit scan aim by just aiming directly at them. Now, if you're right next to them, of course, that's fine, but you want to lead your shot a little bit more. So I want you to also think about that, because there's times where I feel like you can really take over a team fight, and you don't get that cleanup kill because you're just kind of aiming a little bit more hit scanny. So just remember that at times. Again, I've seen some good moments, but I also have seen a few times where you've given up kills because of it. Decent lead in there. Okay. See what I mean? Like right there, you're like your decision making is to try to duel the BAP at the same exact way that the BAP wants to duel you, then melee. Again, you got the kill and you survived that, but do you see where that wasn't like that clean? I really do think you could benefit from learning to play a bit more of mid-range to long range on Pharah, because I think that you have a pretty decent or good like close range play style. I think it's time to unlock the next play style, because I think if you start to do that, you're gonna. Hi.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? Okay.
Mistake.
All right, have a good day. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. All right. That Mercy got out. I'm going to tell you right now, I think you could use a playstyle adjustment. And people have been super helpful in YouTube comments too, as long as it's like, you know, people aren't just like getting angry at each other. If you have more details on how to, like with Pharah and stuff, and you want to put that in there, totally okay. I've noticed more people putting like some fun tips in there. Honestly, greatly appreciated. Sometimes I'll miss some things. Helps me learn, helps more people learn in general. So the point I'm making here is I think what happens is I think you have a very aggressive playstyle on Pharah, and you're not as quite comfortable with that mid-range to long range. But let me kind of give you a perspective here. You're playing against a Reaper Cassidy BAP, right? You're like, oh, they all counter me. They all have fall off. Why wouldn't you play that like mid-range and work on that, or that long range? Because now they can't even do anything to you. Once you hit that fall off, it is astronomically different. The point I'm making is I think you need to learn a new, like you need to add on to your playstyle. Because I think your close range is pretty good outside of the lead and the shots thing, but I think this will help you a lot if you just recognize, like, counters exist in Overwatch no matter what, but you need to know how to play against those counters, right? And I think right now your answer is to take the duel and be aggressive on them, rather than to just kind of play that mid-range long range, okay? And again, this is fine to play more aggressive because it's a 3v5, 4v5, you're snowballing them, right? When you snowball them, playing aggressive in front of their team is fine. But now set up, like here, let me give you an example. Okay, boom, they're on Reaper Cast, all these heroes. What you want to do now, if you want to be really annoying, is help your teammates clear high ground, right? Obviously, if this doesn't happen, then you're going to be in a tough spot. The moment that this happens, you could just go like over here or play these angles and just spam. Like you don't have to like run up to this doorway. Now, flip side of that, say you want to be more aggressive because you're getting close to your Pharah ultimate, go up here. Wait. They walk out of the door, boom. Now you ult, and then the lamp kills you. But still, it's the thought that counts. Let's see what your decision-making is here, though, because I'm trying to get ahead of what your decision-making is before you do. Yeah, I'm upset with that. It had to happen. Right idea, wrong location and timing. I don't mind you ulting the Ramatra. Use your skills to escape out for an extra second. If the Ramatra becomes an issue, then ult the Ramatra from a different location, not right in front of your face. You see what I'm saying with like a lot of what you've been doing play-wise here? Is this is very fixable, and you mentioned that you tilt yourself. Hopefully this can help you learn that like it's more of a playstyle issue on your side a lot of the time than it is that the counters are just taking you out of the game. You don't have to be ahead. You don't have to be ahead. This is what I mean. Like, you're putting yourself into the counter, right? When you play this angle, I am so happy if you're playing that angle. But if you're playing here for now, in the back just spamming, or you're being annoying here, you're in such a good spot. You're almost challenging the counter. Of course the counter is going to do well against you right there, right? You have to kind of maneuver around it a little bit better. Nice pin. Hey, chat, notice anything here? The Pharah falls back and then kills people that can't kill the Pharah. Again, I want to show you good things here, right? Good positioning. You have cover. They have to look at you. You're at a good range to where they can't automatically kill you. This is what I mean. You've now distracted them. Your Reaper gets more vision. Now you can just spam them, see? Boom. Play this for now. Do not, now keep spamming them. Don't need to take the corner just yet. Pressure the BAP. Yep, pressure the BAP. There you go. Now look at the Ramatra in a second. Because the BAP is... Oh, no, the BAP is actually staying there. So I don't know what's going on up there. Your Mercy said... Okay, this is fine to go in here. This is actually fine. Because your Mercy went in. Good reaction. Also, good play by their BAP. That BAP just... broken controller, but you know what? Who gets the real victory here? Can I be honest? Oh, and there's your broken controller. There you go. Yeah, I was going to say that was coming. I will admit, though, you got to give credit to that BAP. That BAP made a pretty good play there. Listen, I'm going to be real with you, chat. That BAP had a Mercy with Valk and a Pharah flying at them, managed to drop down, run back up on the high ground, and kill the Pharah. That was actually pretty cool. But you got the kill, and then everything worked out. I think everything worked out. Let me make sure. You're playing close again. Back away now. Okay, I want to point out here. This right here is where I, as a tank player, could take advantage of this. The easiest way to give up the point, I think you're going to cap it, obviously, but the easiest way to get this point retaken on is to stack the cart and give up free kills. Play back here and just spam. They can't do anything. If they go for you, it's already a win for your team. Do not give them any opportunity to kill you here. And again, that's what you did. Play further back. You just don't have to be there. You end up winning, but I wanted to just point out that location. Okay, so listen. You talk about how you tilt yourself or like they go counters. I don't even think they went. Listen, I have seen hard counters. I don't even think this was much of a hard counter for you. I think there was some counters, but I don't think it was hard counter. I think that you need to do playstyle adjustments. I talked about it a lot throughout the video when I showed you some examples. You need to learn 2 different type of playstyles, sometimes 3 different playstyles on Pharah. Right now, you have a good job at the close range, working that projectile aim a little bit more, bringing that mid-range style, bringing that long-range style. Because that right there is what's going to win you the games, rather than you just sitting here and, you know, getting tilted because they swapped to a hero that can shoot at you. Again, if you were in their perspective and you're sitting on the other team and you're going against a Pharah, are you going to go, well, I'm on Junkrat. I guess that's it. Well, next game. You got me at the... No, they're going to make swaps. If you get tilted by that, you're going to be tilted all the time with that stuff. So people will swap for you. Sometimes it means that you're playing well. I really think you can climb after that. Okay? You got this. You absolutely got this. You like the video? Hit the like button, subscribe to YouTube if you haven't, leave a comment. All that helps. You want to submit your own spectator. My Discord is where you do that pretty much for anything in all my videos. And if you want to watch another video like this, it's going to pop up in the bottom. You can see a square. Click that video. It's going to be awesome. Hope you have an amazing day /night.